The brain? That's a good question, actually. My name before was Hjarnan bakom allt, which means the brain behind everything. And I got it from my friend basically introduced me to League of Legends, and he was playing Heimerdinger, and it was this big guy with a big head, right? So I was just like, my name is be the brain behind everything, you know, big head, he's fucking smart, you know, this guy. And then I wanted to be a one-trick Heimerdinger, but I played him like once or twice, and then I stopped playing him. But I play him still sometimes for fun, but that's why I got the name. Oh, Challenger was really depressing, obviously, because we basically were really good in scrims in that team. And then on stage, it was so much on stake, right? Because going into LCS versus SS team, for example, we got 3-0'd by MIM and 3-0'd by Copenhagen Wolves. And we were just like, oh, what are we gonna do, guys? Like, how can we get into LCS, you know? And then 2 months later, after Copenhagen Wolves was in NA, they announced that they will make from LCS from 8 teams to 10 teams, right? So we were just like, okay, this is our shot. We're not gonna face, because we were always number 1 in Challenger League. We were always winning against every Challenger League. We did never lose. So we just thought, okay, we're just gonna have to face these guys again to get into LCS. So let's put in everything in this, and we managed to do it. And then in H2K, Fabian left for Fnatic, and we got to Ruyu instead for him. It was the same there. I was playing with Voidal at that time, and we had some problems, major problems bot lane, because we had really hard to work with each other and talk to our coach what to do more, and especially like we had really hard time basically to figure out what we wanted to do on bot side. So we changed Voidal for Kasing, and me and Kasing just basically clicked instantly, and we just played really, really solid together, right? Like we played really, really good. The first split we played together with each other was really good. So that was really, really fun. And then after the next split, it went down a bit, and then we went to Worlds. It was really fun. We got shit on by SKT and EG, so I don't know. Then we decided me and Kasing, that we wanted to join another team, and we were like, okay, we're gonna try out Vitality, I guess, and we joined. And in Vitality, it was a really good structure, I think. It was like you had strict when you're gonna go to bed, when you're gonna wake up, so you had like this professionality, or whatever it's called, to make you be the best you can be, right? Put in as much hours in the game and all this stuff. So in Vitality, it was really good in that sense, but I got the feeling of when it was that schedule, I got forced to play, kind of, you know. It was not because I wanted to, it was fun to play, you know, and that makes, at least for me, the game a bit more depressing and not that fun to play, you know. But right now in ROCCAT, I can just play whenever I want, basically, and you know, I think it's fun to play, you know. So I can just, like, maybe one day I don't play solo queue, another game I play maybe 10 games, you know, I play as much as I want, and it just works like that, I think. Like, if you have to play, you will probably not, if you feel like it's not fun, you will not put in 100% effort, right? And not putting in 100% in something you do, you will just fail in the end. So I don't know. The atmosphere in ROCCAT is probably the best atmosphere, because there is nobody that is like really mad at somebody or something. So that is a plus.
So because you have this, you can do whatever you want atmosphere, people just happen to fall in line because they have the freedom to do whatever they want. They end up doing the thing that you need to do anyways.
Yeah, exactly. Pretty much. It's interesting. Actually, we did not work almost anything for it. Like, we did not play a lot of solo queue or scrims or anything. So I don't know how, but I guess we just have, because our scrims are usually really, really bad. So we end up like playing 10 minutes and then we forfeit or something like that, you know. It's really, really bad, our scrims. So I don't know. We don't practice that much. We just have to have this flow, I guess, on stage that makes it work really good for our team. I don't know. It's just everybody's more try-hard on stage and not on screen. So that's the biggest difference, I guess. So we don't actually practice that much for this match. It's quite chill. It's pretty chill, I must say. It's like all the other teams I've been playing on, you have to wake up at a certain hour. And here, obviously, as well for scrims, but people going to bed at 6, 7, you know, it's like no structure. So it's quite insane, but it works, I guess. So
why does it work?
I have no clue honestly why it works. I think it's on stage. Everybody is we play like a team on stage basically. We trust each other and we have a better connection than we had when we play on scrims. I don't know. It sounds really weird, right? Usually it's the opposite. You have like really good scrims, but then you can't get it on stage, right? That's the usual how it is usually. But we have the opposite here, so it's really strange. Yeah.
Why do you trust each other?
I think you have to. If you don't trust each other in game and everything, then everything is gonna. I think we did not trust each other basically the first weeks of LCS. We all were very individuals in the first weeks of LCS. That's why we lost a lot of games, I think, because we were not trusting somebody's call maybe, or we were not trusting this guy can do this on the sideline, or we don't trust somebody saying something, and you know, a lot of stuff can go wrong when you don't trust each other in game, I think. So that's the main problem we had before and why it's working out good now.